Hi everybody, we're Sam and Monsai and Monty and our cat Rue, which she is somewhere. She's always doing her own thing. Today we're back with a video that we've been wanting to make for a while now. We've been living in the van for over a year, like 15 months, a year and 3 months. And we get lots of questions about living in a van. But oftentimes those questions are pretty similar. So we decided to make a video today addressing some of your biggest questions that you guys ask us. Family members, close friends, they're all very curious about this big, crazy, adventurous van life that we're living. So today we're gonna answer all of those questions that we can think of in this video.
Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. The most common question I get when I tell someone I live in a van is, where do you use the bathroom? So we actually have a toilet in our van that we made ourselves. So we use that, but most of the time whenever we're at some place, we just go out and use the bathroom at a Starbucks, at a grocery store. So we try not to use the one inside the van because we don't like dumping it.
Yeah, we kind of made it like an emergency toilet. So sometimes in the middle of the night you wake up and you just really need to pee. So we have that toilet in case that happens. Or if you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my gosh, I do not have time to drive somewhere to go pee right now. Like, I need to pee right now. My morning pee needs to come out.
Alright guys, I gotta pee really bad. Can't wait to go inside. So I gotta go now.
So if that happens, we have our emergency toilet. It's very, very basic. We built it ourselves. You can check out our van tour to see a little bit more about how our toilet works. But it's pretty easy to just dump when it gets filled up. But we, again, try to use public restrooms as much as possible.
Guess where I am? Or friends' toilets.
I mean, if we're at their house, we'll use it, but we're not going to come knocking on their door like, can I use your loo?
Were you in London?
Yes. Can I use your loo?
I gotta take a poo. Okay.
Okay, next question that we get asked a lot also has to do with a bathroom. People ask me probably every time I tell them that I live in a van, where do you shower? Like, I think they think I don't shower. Not that I smell great. I don't smell bad. That's not what makes them think. But like, living in a van, they can't have a shower. You're right, we don't have a shower in our van. We might in the next one. But for now, we have a gym membership and we shower every day at the gym. It's very easy. As long as you have bring your own towel and your sandals, you're good to shower at the gym. Look at his mouth. Oh, he used it. Look. Why is your mouth open? Okay, sorry.
Alright, so another question that we get a lot is, how do you live in such a small space? But when we lived in a big apartment or condo, we usually either were in bed or eating. Other than that, we were like out, going on a hike or at school. So basically we do the same thing. We have our bed, we have a table to eat, and that's basically all we do when we're in the van. Most of the time we're outside, unless we're studying all day, but we still go outside a lot.
What kind of comes along with that question as well is, how do you guys like not bicker, you know, or do you guys just fight a ton? How do you live so like in such close proximity to each other? And it's not that hard. Like, there are definitely moments where I'm walking in the pathway and Monsai's walking in the pathway, and then like I'm like, why does he have to stand right here? Like, he's not doing anything right here. Like, I'm doing something here, you know? And I'll be like, can you please move? And he'll be like, well, why don't you move? And then we both move and then we get over it. But other than that, I mean, it's not, you know, if I disliked being so close to him all the time, I probably wouldn't be in a relationship with him, you know? So, no, it doesn't ever feel like we're just too close together and, you know, we need a 2,000 square foot place. You know, 80 square feet is fine. For now, at least.
Another question. How do you cook in the van? We have a stove, so we can cook like normal people. We have an induction cooktop. It's electric, so it runs off the battery, and yeah. So we try to cook in the morning, so during the day the solar charges the batteries, but we still can cook at night because the van charges while we're driving. So
grab it.
So this is what we use to cook.
Buddy, scoot over.
Monty.
It's like $50 on Amazon. Great purchase. I actually cracked it right here. I don't know if you can tell. I dropped a pan on it from the shelf above, but it still works just fine. So that's all we needed. Just one little cooktop. The next question has to do with this little guy and our cat. Lots of people, when they find out we have a dog and a cat, they're like, in your car? Oh my gosh, don't they get hot? You know, what do you do with them when you have to leave? So those are great questions, you know. Our van is fully insulated. So just like a house, you know, we have layers of insulation in there. We have walls, so it doesn't really get to be crazy temperatures, at least not so far. That's a good view. Also, in the front, where the front of the cab is, we have a curtain that is
Thermal insulated blackout curtain.
yes. So that keeps all the heat or the cold in the front of the van. And then to top it all off, we have 2 max air fans. So we have one up here and then one up there. And what we do is we set one to an auto temperature of 70 degrees, and then the other one we'll leave open. So if it does hit 70 degrees inside the van and we're not in here, and our pets are in here, that will kick on and it will cool the van back down.
Yeah, so we have that one on air out, so it'll suck the air out. So it will literally pull air from here, and usually the pets are on the bed most of the time. So it will cool this area down really quickly, so then they stay cool, and he gets to be comfortable laying on his bed.
And our cat Rue will often climb to the front of the cab, and she loves to sit in the sun. So she'll sit up there in the sun and get, you know, some nice heat. And then as soon as she feels too hot, she just climbs back here and she hangs out here with Monty. So we've never had a problem with it. We like to bring, especially Monty, everywhere we can. Rue kind of doesn't like to be around people and loud noises that she doesn't know. So she likes to stay in the van, but if we are in an area where it's safe for her, we open the van door and let her explore. That brings us to the next question that we get so often. Does your cat try to run away? So, no, not so far. She's about 7 years old, or almost 7 years old, and she has never tried to run away from anywhere we've ever lived. She's a mostly indoor cat, so most of the time she's inside, but like I said in the last one, if we go somewhere where it's safe for her to be exploring, where there's not cars or like dogs that she doesn't know, we'll leave the van door open and she goes and explores, but she always stays within sight. Does that make sense?
She stays within a safe distance of the van.
Yeah, so she's visible to us if we go to we like to go to this big park that's nearby that's like hundreds of acres, and we'll go and park the van and she'll go exploring. And I can see her like in the weeds, and then she'll come back, you know, if she hears a loud noise or if she's done exploring. We've never had a problem with her running away. And I think cats are kind of like that. They, you know, they get their home base and then they stay pretty close. So Yeah. No, she's never tried to run away, but we'll let you know if she does.
Another question we get a lot is, where do you park? So when you're doing van life, just be conscious of where you are, look at the signs, don't park in front of someone's house. So yeah, basically it's like a normal car, just be conscious. Know that no one wants to see a huge van parked in front of their house or in front of a store for 10 hours. So just park somewhere. If it's out of the way, you can stay there for a long time. If it's in like a grocery store parking lot, leave in a couple hours. If you go to the dog park, be conscious. If it's super busy, make space after like a few hours for someone else. But then that leads us to, where do you sleep? Because that's a little bit trickier. So I'll let Sam pick this one up.
We are local van lifers, so we do go on trips, but most of the time we're living in one city because Monsai is going to school and I'm going to school and working. So we tend to sleep in the same neighborhood, but when people ask us that question, we don't really like to tell people where exactly we sleep because, I don't know, it's kind of personal. It's a little bit of a personal question. You know, we like to be stealthy and like keep to ourselves when we're in our sleep area. No one wants someone to come banging on the door in the middle of the night. We like to stick to safe neighborhoods that we know that are close to businesses and not right in front of people's homes, but we try to switch up the street every night. So we park basically in the same area, but on different streets so that we're never just sleeping in the same spot over and over and someone's like, dude, I don't want this car parked in front of my business every single night. We try to be respectful and sleep in different areas.
Another question is, how do you have water? So we've had a friend ask us, how do you have water in the van? How do you like brush your teeth? How do you
do the dishes?
How do you rinse something off when you need to? And I told him we have a sink, so it's almost like a normal house or apartment.
It is.
So our sink, we wash our dishes, we brush our teeth, if it's been a few weeks without taking a shower, I'm just kidding. That's never happened.
A few weeks?
I go to school every day, so I have to be near people, so I shower every day, so don't worry. But yeah, it's easy, it's simple. But the way we fill it up is
I know, I was like, do you want to say that?
The way we fill up the sink is we have a water tank underneath, and we fill up our water bottles at Starbucks or at the gym, wherever we go basically, and then we just pour the leftover water in the tank, and we have water. And it's been working out for us so far. We've never had to pay for water. It's pretty simple.
Oh. Alright, the last question that we get fairly often is, do you store food in the van? Do you like have a fridge? How does that work? Do you have to shop every single day? So yes to all of those questions. We have a fridge. It's a Dometic fridge. You can see it in our van tour. It isn't very big, so yes, we go grocery shopping every couple of days, but it fits a lot of food in there for its size. And then we also have one cabinet just for our pantry, and then we have a fruit basket, and we can put, a few things like bananas and stuff on the counter that aren't going to move around as we're driving. So yes, we have a fridge. It works great. It's a 12-volt fridge, so it doesn't use a lot of solar. And in the next van we might get a bigger fridge though. I think that would be like
definitely
one of our top things that we want to do. Because he eats a lot. I don't. I eat like a bird, as you can tell. No, we both eat a lot. But I think that's about it. We hit all the top questions that we get very often. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope that answered some of your questions. If you have any other questions that have just been on your mind that you're not sure about van life, like what do they do this or how do they do that, write them below and I will try to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you like and want to subscribe. And we will see you guys next week with another video.
Bam, see you guys.